Guys, I haven't been excited about a fragrance this much as I have with this fragrance that I just received called Raw Gold, Thomas DeMonaco. I'm so excited about this fragrance. In fact, I had a video prepped and launched today already. I wanted to get this review up for this particular fragrance as well because it's so freaking good. I'm obsessed with the way it smells. It's so intense, so long lasting, and smells amazing. That's why I'm doing a review for it today. So find out all about Thomas DeMonaco's Raw Gold coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today I'm talking about Thomas DeMonaco Raw Gold, a brand new fragrance, although it launched in 2020 according to some of the databases. Over at Lucky Scent it says 2022. I'm just finding out about it. And then I'm really loving this particular fragrance. The thing is, it's so limited edition, only 1,400 bottles created, and I have bottle number 1238 of 1,400 bottles. So as I said, it's so limited edition. I wanted to get the video out there for you guys so fast in case you're out there looking for a new fragrance. You can go ahead and check this one out. Amazing fragrance, really one of the best smells I have put my nose on this particular year so far. In fact, I would say probably one of the best smells I've put my nose on in the 2020 so far. So I'll let you know all about Thomas DeMonaco Raw Gold before I get to the review. If this is your first time tuning into my channel and you still haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button below. And also click the bell so that you'll be notified for future videos and giveaways. So if you want to find out more about Thomas DeMonaco Raw Gold, go to Lucky Scent. It's selling there right now, and as I said, it's very limited edition. In fact, after this review was shot, I'm gonna go and buy another bottle because it's just an amazing smell, just my kind of a fragrance, and I want to have a backup bottle of it because it's very limited edition. So some of the databases say 2020, Lucky Scent says 2022. So it was launched somewhere in the last couple of years, but according to my research, apparently it took 3 years for the maturing to take place of this particular fragrance. Plus they used patchouli stored dry for over 20 years. So there's a lot of care that went into the creation of this particular fragrance. But this sells for $300 in 50 ml bottle. It comes in Eau De Parfum concentration. To me, it acts like Pure Parfum, like an X-ray. Very long lasting. I'll get to that a lot more after I tell you the details of the fragrance. But usually I don't really like to discuss, you know, performance and things like that. This one definitely deserves it because it's overwhelming in performance. It's just a really big, beastly fragrance, even though it's an Eau De Parfum concentration fragrance. So what is Raw Gold all about? So for notes, you've got sweet liquor, coffee, vetiver, black pepper up top. Heart notes features lipstick, leather, and suede. Finally in the base notes, there's tonka beans, civet, Opoponax. Great notes, right? There's one note that's missing that I get a lot from this particular fragrance, and in fact I took the notes from Lucky Scent's website because there was no notes mentioned anywhere on the actual brand's website. So I get a major dosage of honey here, but according to Lucky Scent it says Opoponax creates a honey-like experience. Yeah, Opoponax does have a sweetness to it. Perhaps there is that honey-like experience. I get a lot of honey in this particular fragrance and it smells fantastic. And also a lot of patchouli in the base as well, and that's also missing from the notes. But the fragrance starts off boozy. There is that liqueur note up top. Very delicious, very delicious. So delicious. Coffee takes over as well. Lots of coffee here. So it's a combination of booze and coffee together. And then you start experiencing a little bit of a grassiness. There's like this kind of grassy hay, kind of like dried up leaves and shrubs and things like that that kind of comes over, and I think that's coming from that vetiver note up top, which is a nice contrast to that sweet boozy liqueur and then that kind of earthy coffee note up top, adding a little more earthiness to the experience and a little bit of almost like a barnyard experience. When I say barnyard, I'm not saying it smells bad. It smells, I've been to many barns in my lifetime, and that dried up hay and grass or whatever, there is that smell there, and it kind of has that smell here as well, which is actually fantastic in this particular fragrance. It's a great contrast here with a little spice up top with the black pepper as well. This thing is freaking fantastic. Absolutely amazing start to the fragrance. Yes, it does have a little bit of a makeup-y lipstick thing happening in the heart notes, but Leather and suede do come up. I think I get a little more suede with this particular fragrance, nicely contrasted with that lipsticky touch, and it's a nice experience here. It does add some animalic qualities to the fragrance, and I think I'm getting the animalic qualities here with the fact that I get a little bit of that barnyardy kind of experience, and that leather or suede that comes in is a little bit animalic as well, and then we develop into the base, which becomes very balsamic here with that Opoponax, and this is kind of an experience throughout the whole fragrance. It's so honeyed that I feel like there's a major dosage of Opoponax in this particular fragrance, and if that's where we're getting the honey note from, then it's really like a prominent note. It's like a very honeyed experience. It's sweet, but there's a lot of notes that contrast against this honey sweetness to kind of balance it out, to make it earthy, to make it a little resinous, make it a little boozy, a little coffee, a little leather kind of a thing. Civet does come in here as well. There is definitely a civet presence, but sometimes I feel like civet in fragrances that are using synthetic civet don't smell really great. Here, I don't know what kind of civet they're using, but whatever they're using, it's perfect. It smells great. It adds that animalic touch, but it's bearable. It's the right amount, and I love it in this particular fragrance. So also the patchouli, there's a lot of earthy patchouli here. It is definitely in its raw form, and I feel like I'm using the word raw because this is called raw gold, but it feels like it's unadulterated, it's untouched kind of patchouli, and it's there left to use finally in a perfect concoction kind of a thing. So the entire experience is one freaking fantastic wearing experience that I get obsessed with the way it smells. I spray it on. It is very long lasting, and I'm still gonna get to that. I spray it on and I want to smell it more, I want to smell it more. I want more of this kind of a fragrance. So for me, however or whoever created this particular fragrance did such a wonderful job, because to me it's very modern, but also pays tribute to a lot of the classics back there. I'm thinking I'm going back to the 70s and 80s, maybe the 60s, or even earlier too, to create something like this, because the fragrance wearing experience is very complex, uber complex, and I like the complexity. I like complex fragrances. This is also for someone that has a more, mature palate, someone that's kind of like beyond the department store fragrances, someone that's dabbled into the the niche world and kind of gone beyond the very popular niche brands and appreciates animalics and fragrances and things like that. Appreciates the art of perfumery. I think this is the kind of perfume this perfume is for this kind of a person who appreciates the fine art of perfumery, because this, to me, is it's gold, and I think it's properly named, raw gold. It is raw. It is just such a great and wonderful wearing experience. Now getting to the longevity with this one, it lasts and lasts and lasts. I would call this a room filler. It will fill up the room, but it's so long lasting. I put it on one day at around 12 noon. Later on at night, around 10, 11, I'm still smelling it. Mind you, I've been using a lotion lately, an unscented lotion, so my hand and body was lotioned up, and then I sprayed it on top. And after washings and washings and washings, it still smelled like raw gold on me, and it's that kind of a good. Not only does it smell great, it has great longevity. It's just a freaking phenomenal release. I'm obsessed with the way it smells. I like it because it's warm. I like it because it's spicy. There's lots of resinous and balsamic touches here. That Opoponax is gold. Hey, I'm saying the word gold. But it's got the earthy touches with the patchouli. There's the animalic experience here as well. There's definitely a muskiness here because they are using civet. And as I said, to me, this is the right kind of civet. Not that really weird smelling synthetic civet that makes fragrances smell bad. I don't care for those. And I don't care if this is, I'm assuming this is synthetic civet, but whatever they've done to this, it smells like real stuff, and it's the right balance. So you gotta like the animalics and that whole barnyard thing, as I was saying, because to me, it doesn't smell like the barn, but it's that kind of hay and grass dried up that you see all over the ground and the floor, and in its kind of squares. It kind of smells like that up top, and I think it's the vetiver and the coffee working together to create this experience, and eventually going down to the base where that civet is found. Anyway, one more thing I could say, this is a phenomenal release, and as I said, I am going to go right to Lucky Scent and order myself another bottle because it's that good. I really love the way this fragrance smells, and I really, really, really love the way the fragrance wearing experience is on me. It smells great on me. It lasts a long time, and this is a winner of a fragrance, so that's all I could say. So go check it out at Lucky Scent. I have a link in the info box. Go to Lucky Scent, find out all about Raw Gold if you don't know anything about it. I mean, I'm just finding out about this particular fragrance for the first time, and I'm so impressed with the quality of it. I want more from this particular brand. This is my kind of a fragrance. I really love these kind of fragrances. I like a little animalics. I don't want to be swimming in a sea of animalics. I like that little amount that's in here to kind of give me a unique little adventure while I'm wearing the fragrance, rather than like being overwhelmed with it. It's the right amount. A couple more things I want to say about this. I just remembered. I do want to say it does remind me a little bit of Kilian's Gold Night, which is a honeyed licorice or anise fragrance. But I think I'm getting the honey in that particular fragrance, nothing else that reminds me of this one. Another thing that it reminds me a little bit of is Ted Lapidus Pour Homme. But I didn't get much animalics with that fragrance. Maybe it used to be a little more, you know, it had the animalic civet kind of thing back then. But I kind of associate these honeyed-like smells in those two fragrances appearing or being prominent in this particular fragrance. I'm sure there's a bunch other fragrances out there that kind of will remind you. But for me, as I said, this one has the classic touches and also the modernity for us to appreciate a fragrance like this now. It is heavenly fragrance and I'm obsessed with it. So this is Thomas DeMonico's Raw Gold. Let me know if you know about this particular fragrance. Have you sampled it? Do you enjoy it? Do you like it? And as I said, please go catch all the info at Lucky Scent. I have the link in the info box. You can go find out all about it. I don't know if they're selling samples. You might be able to buy samples, but it is a limited fragrance, limited edition, and there's only 1,400 bottles. As I said, that's not a lot of bottles, and I'm bummed that that's all they have, because that's why I have to rush out and buy another bottle really quickly, because I really do enjoy the fragrance myself. Anyway, Raw Gold from Thomas DeMonico. Please let me know if you've sampled it. Please let me know if it sounds great to you. Do you enjoy animalic, musky, you know, honeyed fragrances? Put a comment down so I can find out. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching number 2 video today. I apologize for 2 videos, but as I said, I'm so excited about this fragrance. I wanted to get this video out there so you can find out all about it, because this is definitely my kind of a fragrance. I'm all over this particular fragrance. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please do like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.